a Holley 4-barrel. I think they call this category 4180. We call them Longhorns here because it's got these Longhorns and they got two mission tubes that go over there to a canister. This here's got the Ford kickdown. You can use it for an automatic or for a manual transmission. Call your attention to the electric choke. When the temperature outside gets 45 or colder, which is not now, loosen up that, and that. Those 3 screws. Turn that thing until that blade touches. There's a little thing in there that will turn that mechanism, make that blade touch. Tighten up those 3 screws, put your hot wire and your ground back on it, and your choke is forever set. We've already set the mixture through that little hole and through that little hole with this little tool right here. So that when we start this up, it's going to go back and it's going to be setting on 12 parts of air to 1 part of gas when that computer calculates what the carburetor is doing, what the exhaust system is doing, and the whole thing. Warning! Never spray ether, carburetor cleaner, starting fluid, diesel fuel, or propane in any carburetor on it to prime it or to wash it or clean it off. First of all, you'll ruin your engine. You don't need to put the junk in there. Number 2, it'll eat the paint, finish, whatever finishes on that carburetor. This one here has got a beautiful gold powder coat. It'll eat anything off, that stuff will, and then you'll be left with a bare carburetor to get rusted up. If you want to prime it, use an oil can like this full of the gasoline that you get out of your tank. You can squirt it in the car, start right up. You can squirt it around here and check for leaks. There should be no variation in RPM. Might be a slight variation around the shaft because there's a normal air leaks around there because you need clearance. You need 3 pounds of fuel pump pressure as indicated by that using a Holley regulator number 12-804. I had a guy call a little while ago and said, well, my motor's kind of dirty, I want to wash it off, so what should I use so that it won't eat my carburetor up? I said, soap and water, same stuff you use on your face. You don't use anything else any stronger than any around any engine to clean it off with. You steam clean them off, they just use water. Anyway, you shouldn't have to clean this carburetor for the next 100 years. Here we go, we're going to fire it up, make sure the back barrels are opening. It's got vacuum secondaries. Traditional Holley bolt pattern. They use these things from 80 till they quit making carburetors. This one here will pass emission with these 2 tubes on it. Or if you don't want it to pass emission, just leave the tubes go. You've got plenty of ports for vacuum, brakes, PVC valves, and all that stuff. The little old computer, there she is. She stopped right there at 11 and a half. Still calculating. Well, there it goes. Lights out. You notice how that mixture gets thinner when you accelerate? That's exactly what it's supposed to do. Because you no longer need that extra liquid gas squirting in there. By the way, external fuel pump or float adjustment on these here and here, and you adjust them till it just trickles out there, but you don't need to mess with it. Just leave it alone. Anyway, once your inertia is overcome, you don't need as much liquid gas constantly squirting in there. So all new carburetors designed from about 70 on up will thin out. It gives you a nice clean economy carburetor. So you can get good mileage to burn all that expensive gas that you know who made it high priced like that.